It says parking is free till 11 AM, but I will just check that when I see some volunteers. As you come into the car park, you pass some buildings on your left, and this is where the cafe and toilets are, and a gin bar. If that's your thing. These are the toilets, disabled in the centre, ladies on the left and gents on the right. So I was going to say about the toilets that they're the poshest toilets I've ever seen, but I thought maybe that's just me, but my wife has just come out and said exactly the same. Really nice, clean, quality toilets. Parkrun stats, we're at Sandringham parkrun, event 143, and today is the 3rd of August 2024. The first event here was the 18th of September 2021, and that had 126 finishers. They averaged 187, but last week there were 306, maybe a bit higher because of the school holidays at this time of year. I expect it to be higher today. Average finish time is 31:56. The record attendance is 415. That was event 125 on the 30th of March this year, 2024. Lowest attendance 76, event 11 on the 4th of December 2021. The male record is 16 minutes 12 and the female record 17:47. My stats is my 338th park run and 185th location. I'm running and barcode scanning today, so it's my 137th volunteer at my 90th volunteer location today. They ask you to use the official car parks PE 356AB or PE 356EJ, but as you come along the lane there is a clear sign for parking, and it's free until 11 AM it says on the website. The signs inside say first 30 minutes free, but I presume because it's Saturday and park run we get the first until 11 AM free. I have a few little coffee places, the Cup and Jojo is it called, next to the play area, or the courtyard kiosk, and the terrace grab and go. Toilets 200 metres from the start. The course is 2 laps, combination of tarmac and trail. Start and finish are close to the Café toilets and parking on the Sandringham estate, and it's run in an anti-clockwise direction. The start area just there, and there's actually just a little portable toilet there as well. Very organised here with a little volunteer hut, ticking people off and handing out their high-vis jackets and lanyards. And as I say every week, if you want to volunteer you can either just come here, they've got a sheet on that building behind me where you can write your name down in the volunteer role for the next few weeks, or you can just speak to someone and say you're available to do any role, or you can email in at sandringham@parkrun.com as usual. Always appreciated. So this is the car park that you come into. It's a lovely big car park. To get to the start, you just come across this way past the new little 18-hole mini golf they've got there, and you just walk in a straight line. I can see all the other park runners in front of me. It's an 18-hole mini golf and a fantastic play area just here.
When you get to the funnel, there'll be a token hander.
On the second lap, as you come out, it's not all the way in the distance, it's maybe only 50 metres away. You come out, you come along here, this is the finish funnel, and the barcode scanners are just to the left.
Well, probably you could come with me if you want an easy life.
Absolutely wonderful and makes our job a lot easier. Volunteer, you can sign up over at our shed.
You're walking with me?
In the woodland trail, so please be aware. And the
keep doing my ball and everything.
Yeah. You probably remember that.
First maybe 800 metres of this is on grass. I'm not a fan of grass, and just when I had a quick look at it, it's a bit bobbly, the grass here as well, so you just have to take a bit of care. There's a good turnout today, over 300. I think with the school holidays, people coming on holiday down here, there's more people take part. So set off, made a big mistake, set off far too fast, even though I've only probably gone 50 metres at this point. And I already feel out of breath, so sometimes I sort of take my GoPro off, turn it around, which is doing just now. It just slows me down a little bit and gives me something else to concentrate on, but it's also a very, very muggy, humid day today. That's not, I do like running in cold weather rather than weather like this, but I can tell I'm struggling already. Now we're off the grass, it's onto a nice, decent path to run on. And even though it can get busy at the start if you're too far back on this path, they are decent sized paths to get past people on. Again, at this point I still feel like I'm really struggling. I set off far too fast, broke my own rules. Just the guy that came past me in these, I just feel like they're just slowly starting to edge away from me, and there's nothing I can do about it at all. And probably haven't even done half a kilometre yet. Thank you. Onto another path section, lovely and smooth, a bit wider. And this course is very flat as well. It's a mixture of grass to start with, then these tarmac paths, then there's a trail section through the woods. I can imagine in winter that would get puddles and mud on it, but today it's just pretty firm throughout. I don't think there was any puddles anywhere at all, but it's not rained, I don't think, for a week or so. I enjoyed this little bit just here. It's like a big U-turn loop. I don't know if I'll look to the side, I can't remember if I did now, but you can see all the runners coming round behind you. You can see with, oh yeah, I had a quick look there, you could see with peripheral vision all the people behind you. At this point I'm just feeling like I'm just trying my best to hang on, and we've probably done a kilometre, 2 laps as I said, so I'm hoping if I can just try and concentrate on something else I might be able to recover a little bit. I can hear someone else right on my shoulder. It's just coming past here. Nothing I can do about it. Although I'm racing, no, not racing, running my own park run. I'm not trying to chase anyone else down or stay in front of anyone. It's just my time for me. As we go around this corner here, it's, even though the course is flat, this is just the slightest incline down. The camera doesn't show it at all, maybe only 20-30 steps, but it just offers that tiny little bit of relief. Just coming up to the end of this path section now. We're going to take a left turn, cross a bit of grass, and then into a trail section in the trees. Thank you. Usually in the trees you get some sort of, it can be a little bit cooler, but it's so humid today, it just, there didn't seem to be any benefit running in this part of the course. It was just as hot as everywhere else. Paths are lovely and firm though at this time of year because there's been no rain. Really nice to run on. I can hear someone behind me now as well catching up. In fact, it sounds like there's two of them. There's one guy sounds as out of breath as I am, and then it sounds like someone who knows him who's chatting to him, but he can't really reply because he's too out of breath. If he catches me up and it sounds like he's getting a little bit closer, he'll just come past. Thank you.
6 feet, 3 to catch you. Now I'm not pushing. 100-mile race next weekend.
He's coming past now, I can hear him. Sounds like a much faster runner, maybe set off further back.
Well done.
Just asking him his name, Andy.
I'm dying.
And the person he was talking to is just over my left shoulder, and he sounds as out of breath as I do, but has been slowly getting closer to me. Don't think it'll be long before he passes me now. I can see the left turn ahead. This is where we turn left here, short section, and then we're back to where we started, and that'll be the first lap done. The guy who's out of breath as me is coming past any second. He's right on my shoulder now. Well done. You sound as out of breath as I do.
I'll get this one.
Here he comes past us. Just comment to him. I said, you sound as out of breath as I do. And he couldn't really reply. Just round here, and we're back onto where we started the park run.
Thank you.
Again, another bit of grass there, and it's a bit uneven to run on this grass. So everyone seems to take the shortest route across onto this compacted path. And we're just coming up to where all the volunteers are, and the finish is over on the right hand side on the next lap, so that's one lap done. I still feel really bad. Set off far too fast, and you never seem to recover when you do that. I like to get at least 1.5k in normally, where I feel okay and then start to get into my pace, but the guy in front who passed me just seems to be slowly but surely, stride by stride, just moving a little bit further away. And I can tell sometimes how tired I am by taking the shortest, most direct route when there's corners. I think actually on this second lap I'm starting to now, maybe because I set up too fast and then eased off, I'm starting to feel a little bit better now, and feel like I'm just picked up my pace just a little bit now I've recovered. The guy in front doesn't seem to be getting any further away from me, so that's a good sign that I'm maintaining my pace now.
Thank you. I think I'm actually starting to get a little bit close. I think the guy in front seems to be struggling a tiny little bit. Just going to sort of keep going with this pace. I don't want to do anything to make myself totally out of breath again. Just see what happens. Maybe he's just having a breather. I can't hear anyone behind me now anyway, and I think I had a quick look on that, yeah, just there, just to see. Sometimes I think I can hear the sound of my own shoes. I think there's someone behind me and there isn't anybody at all. Yeah, definitely getting a bit closer to him. Thank you, tail walkers. Well done, you. Question I have now is, do I pass him? Because if I pass, I'll know we're very similar pace. It's going to be right behind me. I always like to run my own race, not any pressure from anyone. My favourite finishes are the ones where the person in front is 100 metres in front and the person behind me is 100 metres behind. I'm not going to catch them and no one's going to catch me. Decided at this point to go past, because I know there's this little incline down 20-30 steps, and at that point I can just let my legs go a little bit just to
See if I can just open a little bit of a gap. I can still hear him breathing now, right behind me. This is a little bit of a section where there's the slightest incline down. It looks very flat on the camera, so I'm just trying to let my legs go a little bit just to open up a little bit of gap so I don't feel the pressure, and I can still hear him behind me, but it does sound like it's a little bit further away now. I'm feeling okay now as well. I think I seem to have recovered after that terrible start on the first lap.
Thank you, tail walker. Or park walker.
Turn left here and then a short section across grass into the wood, and I'm feeling a lot better now because I know that it's not too far to the finish now.
Thank you.
Probably only now 4 minutes, 5 minutes left, something like that, to the end of park run. Feeling a lot better. My pace seems pretty good. Can't hear the guy behind me at all now, so I think I've opened up a little bit of a gap, so I don't feel quite the same pressure, and I can relax my running style a little bit.
Thank you.
People you meet in the woods, just going around this corner. My wife's just stopped to take a photo of me. She was just park walking today, said it was too hot to run. Just a straight section now, and then a couple of short sections, and we're in the finish, so I feel like I can just push a little bit now, knowing that it's not too far. I can't hear the guy behind me, but at some point I think up here I do have a quick sort of look as we get to the end of this straight section, just to see how close he is. I'm hoping it's not too close, because then I don't have to push really hard into the finish and have a race. I just congratulated this woman on a 500 t-shirt. I do love them. When I started parkrun, I didn't quite, I wasn't addicted like some people are. I only did 3 in the first year and I think 4 in the second year. So left turn here, short section, and then onto the field and the finish. Just a quick look back. I can see him, he's about 4 or 5 seconds behind me, something like that, by the looks of it. So I'm just picking up my pace along here. I don't think he's going to catch me at this point, but you can never be sure.
And you're well done.
Quick left turn here, then a right turn, and the finish will be in sight. Literally 30 seconds, if that, from here to the finish.
Thank you.
And the finish is over on the right hand side. Trying to run on a little bit of the path that's there, the dirt path rather than on the grass, because as I said, I do find grass really hard. Pushing really hard to the line. It's not behind me. That's good. That's 15th place, I think it was, in 21:38.
Today P15 in 21.5 minutes, and barcode scanning now. Starting to get more finishes now, coming in thick and fast. As you can see when you come through the finish funnel, barcode scanners are just to the left as you come through. Most people have finished now, just waiting for the last few to come through. To do a course review now, it's a flat course, 2 laps in an anti-clockwise direction. There's the slightest in the middle of nowhere, down a little, I wouldn't call it a downhill section, a little down incline downhill, that's all. Very, very small, maybe only 30 feet, but you don't seem to have gone up at any point while you're running round. The course starts on grass, then onto tarmac paths, then into woodland trail. It's summer, so it's lovely and dry today. I can imagine in winter you couldn't need trail shoes through the forest part of it. The trees here, the pine trees, reminded me a bit of Sherwood pines. It's so humid today, there wasn't really any protection from the heat. It was very hot and very humid, but beautiful course. I think I said as the start, some one of the poshest toilets that we've ever seen. And even one of the volunteers just said to me as we're finishing, said, have you seen our brand new toilets? They're the poshest toilets ever. And they definitely are. So we're just going to go across to the coffee shop now. Like I said, there's 3 places. There's a little coffee shop shack just behind me, just here, but we're walking across to the main building and going to get something more substantial to eat in there. So there's a takeaway little coffee shop there. Oh, we actually went in the restaurant there. They show you to the table. You can get drinks in there, sausage sandwiches, cooked breakfast, etc. And there's also a takeaway shop next to the start finish. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy my videos. Please give me a like or subscribe. If you subscribe, it just means you get a notification about park runs. Next week I have to hang my head in shame. I'm going to get my first alphabet, having refused to complete my first alphabet for years. We're off to Quakers Walk. Some friends were going there and asked us if we wanted to come with them for a long weekend, so I couldn't really say no, so I'm going to have to get my letter Q and my first alphabet. Today that was, I've forgotten how many park runs I've done now, but 185th different location today. About 21 minutes 30 somewhere around there. I think not as fast as I wanted to be, so that's it. We'll catch up next week on another park run. That's a wrap.